Hey, today it's KWI on the couch with Matt King. Matt, tell us a little bit about yourself, brother.
So I'm 25 years old, grew up in Independence, Kentucky. I went to college for a year, played football at Lindsey Wilson, decided I want to join the Navy. So then I went in and enlisted, originally as a nuclear engineer, tried to be a machinist mate there and weld on nuclear reactors. Then didn't make it through schoolhouse at Louisville University, and then got into air traffic control. Did that for 4 years of my 5-year contract on the USS Kearsarge. Did a deployment with them, came out, and then decided I wanted to pursue welding. So I started looking at all my options, all the schools I go to, and I chose KWI.
So where were you stationed at then? You said for 4 years you were...
I was in Norfolk, Virginia on the USS Kearsarge there. Living on the boat for most of it, and then towards the end I made E5 and I got to get my own house and do a little venture out there.
There you go, E5. So sergeant?
Yep.
It's been a while. I've been out for 10 or 12 years myself now, but it should correspond. E5 for the Army was sergeant. So
yeah, where's our second class petty officers?
Second class petty officer. And then you say deployed?
I did. I went over to the 5th and 6th Fleet. We went through the Suez Canal and started having troubles with Iran actually in the Strait of Hormuz.
Oh yeah.
And had a little tight tensions there for a little while, and then got to see all kinds of ports, Jordan, Aqaba, Jordan. We went to Rota, Spain, and we went to Salalah, Oman, UAE, yep. Bahrain, and Dubai. It's pretty cool.
So curious, and I didn't plan on going this direction, but I'm former military myself, Army, engineer, ended up being a captain before I got out, did a tour in Afghanistan, and as we put this school together, tried to put it together pretty dress-right dress, if you will. A lot of structure, a lot of organization, high standards. What's your take on it, military-wise, with your background?
I definitely felt that coming in, and the one thing I liked the most was kind of cutting the fat.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything that was just fluff to take up time just to have it. It's all things you need. The classroom hit major topics that's going to help you get a job, things that are going to help you succeed in the workforce. And that's really what I was shooting for with schools. I didn't want to go to community college or 4 years something. I want to get in, get what I needed, and get out there. Yeah,
that was, again, just going back to when we started this, community colleges sometimes, a lot of fluff, a lot of hurry up and wait, and there's a lot of that in the military, hurry up and wait. Put a lot of feet up, laid back, come in, go as you please type stuff, and for us, that just wasn't what I wanted to go for with this type of school. Wanted it to be hard-nosed, heavy-hitting, get to work, nose the grindstone type. So I hope that's how it felt to you. And there's some time to laugh and joke. The instructors are laid back and good people. Don't get us wrong. It's not drill sergeant-y. Right? It's not basic training by any means, but it definitely has a good rigid feel to it as far as cutting the fat, like you said. So what attracted you to KWI?
It's pretty close to my house. That's one reason I love that.
Yeah.
And then just all the certs that you won't get at other schools.
Right.
And then also, I want to eventually be on a pipeline and downhill weld, and that's another option you can do here after you get your 6 certifications with the program, the pipe program.
Absolutely.
And I wanted to be able to do TIG welding, so I can walk in a plant, I can walk in a right of way, I can go to a shutdown, a new construction, I can go to a fab shop, I can do it all.
Yeah.
With the skills that I got from KWI.
Yeah, that's a good, very good point to make. A lot of guys, a lot of students, of course, and you know this. They come, they want to be downhill welders. The downhill is sexy, it's cool, it's definitely attractive on Instagram and social media. But like you're saying, a smart move would be a great uphill and downhill welder. By far, be able to roll into whatever industry is slowing up or speeding up. You're just adapt and overcome.
Staying busy.
Right, versatile. Stay drawing those paychecks. Pipeline lays off. You can jump in a refinery, go to a new power plant, paper mill, whatever you want, and stay busy.
That way you don't get bored too.
Right, shaking things up. Yeah, you don't.
Big network, and you always got phone numbers for anybody and everybody.
Yeah. Now you said you're pretty local here. KWI students, they're not all Kentucky. You got any friends from other states?
One of my friends started with same day as me. He's from Southwest Virginia.
Yep.
A couple from Tennessee. People from all over. When we started, had a couple guys from Alaska too. So
yeah.
All over the place.
California, Florida, Georgia. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
And that's you talk about networking. All these guys come in. It's not a school to socialize. Don't get me wrong. As far as It's not a hangout type thing, but the networks, the connections you make here when everybody goes out are important.
Absolutely.
And it's not just one graduating class either. The way we cycle guys in every 2 weeks, like you said, you came maybe with the boy from Alaska who graduated early in your program, and now you're getting new guys coming in today even on an orientation day. So you're not just meeting 30 guys on your shift, probably upwards of 60 different faces and names.
Yeah, I have actually 120 something phone numbers from students that's passed through here, and there's only about 30 on first shift right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Quite a
So
bit.
powerful, very powerful. And you've got guys, good friends of yours that are already out, probably locking in on jobs that could pull you in or throw you some numbers. And of course, you've been looking yourself.
Absolutely.
Talking about the welding day at KWI, how do you fill your time? You get 8 hours a shift.
Yep. So shift starts at 6 o'clock. So I normally get there around 5:30. Get ready to go a little bit before that. As soon as the doors open, I'm in, put my lock on, get all my stuff out, set up. I try to have it so when I walk in first thing in the morning, I get to weld.
Yeah.
So I have my prep the day before previously. So I have all my coupons out, ready to go, either tacked or untacked, get it ready, and weld it out as fast as I can. Have some instructors look at it. Do that 2, 3, 4, 5 times, depending on what I'm working on, a small pipe, big pipe, or a plate when I first started. And then lunchtime, 40 minutes, get out, get something to eat, and as soon as you come back, the doors are open, you weld a lot too. Get some done there, and then at the end of the day, it's generally more pipe prepping and getting ready for the next day, or, which is a crazy option, is one of the bigger reasons why I want to come to KWI, you have the option to weld on second shift.
Yep.
So you can do a 16-hour day if you want, which is astronomical. It's crazy. It doesn't happen anywhere else. I went to a small community college with a Navy program when I was getting out and knew I was coming here.
Right.
Had an option to go, instead of going to work, I go weld at this community college. I was like, let's do that. It's awesome. It's 4 hours.
Yeah.
They're on the coronavirus schedule, but it was only still 4 hours. They had 6, 7 students in a smaller shop, and when that 4 hours up, you got to be gone. We're locking the doors. You're getting out. There's someone else coming in. You're not allowed to stay.
Right.
But it's...
How many 16-hour days do you think you pulled?
Since I've been here, probably about 30, but there's been a lot of 12s.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of 12s.
Yeah, so you've really taken advantage. You're a good one to talk to, especially recommending to students down the road as they come into KWI, the tips and tricks that you can take advantage of to amass more time. Like you said, get that pipe beveled, prepped, and ready so that when it's 6 a.m. and you're locking in, you're welding, you're not spending the first hour dragging leads and getting ready. You talked about welding 12s, 16s, that extra time. What other time hacks? You talk about welding through lunch even. Yep. Grab a snack, eat a quick lunch, and if you can get back in that booth, just be welding. So it sounds like you have sucked every second out of your program while you've been here.
Absolutely. One of the biggest things was learn how to use a torch. It's kind of overlooked almost. Once you get a good bevel on there and it's all right and it's not choppy or anything, you're like, oh, I'm good to go. But if you can get a clean one where you can hit it with a wire wheel, put a land on it and weld it, it's astronomical amount of time you can save. So I tried to dial in on the track torch when I was on plate, exactly which setting, have the same setting set every time. 5 on acetylene, 25 on oxygen. If it's 1-inch plate, I'm running at the speed 5. If it's 3/8, I'm right under 15. If it's 1/4 inch, I'm right above 15. And that gets me a perfect bevel where I don't have to spend very much time at all grinding. And I can put a land on it and get welding on it real quick. And also preparing for the next step. So I was always looking at what am I doing after I pass this test. So once you pass the AWS test on the process you're on, you get to move to another one.
Right.
So maybe you're testing on a 1-inch plate. The next thing you're doing, maybe you're going TIG, you're going a 1/4 inch. So as I'm getting ready to test for this 1-inch plate, if there's a track torch open and 1/4 inch is laying out there and ain't nobody on it, I'm gonna cut some coupons real quick, get them prepped up, have them in my box ready to go for when I pass that test.
Right.
And then same thing with pipe. If I'm on 2-inch or I'm on 6-inch, about to go 2-inch, I was cutting 2-inch before I was ever on it.
Yeah.
Getting it ready to go. And then when it's open, it's open. So that's a great time to jump in there. And then Sundays, if there's no line on there, there's nobody prepping pipe on Sunday, it's a great time to prep pipe there too as well.
Yeah, we got that Bible study, open up 4 hours, yeah.
I actually made my own rollout wheel. I've been prepping some pipe at my house.
Yeah.
I want to go there and working on my truck and stuff like
So
that.
taking advantage of every second is important. And how many certifications you rolling right now?
I'm working on my 10th.
Yeah.
I have 9 right now.
And then how common would you say it would be for guys to get the Golden Arm hood? You've got one. I know we've graduated a handful of guys here recently that have gotten Nick and George and really good guys. Jennifer rolling through right in front of you, graduating. How many?
I'd say anyone coming in this program, if you want it, it's yours. It's yours for the taking. But you got to earn it. You got to get in there, put your hood down, get more hood time than anybody else, and you'll definitely have it.
Yeah.
If you're going to come in, do 8 and lollygag and coke and joke and talk and not take advantage of the opportunity in front of you, you're not going to get in.
That's what I'm doing too.
Work in.
I appreciate that you said that, because most guys they're gonna boil it down to skill. Well, it's not fair because Matt welded before he got here, or Matt's naturally gifted with it, and I don't think that's it at all. I think hard work beats talent if talent don't work hard, and that's where it gets to. So I'd say roughly 15-20% of the guys come through get that golden arm hood somewhere, but it could absolutely be 100% if everybody came in with the grit and grind that you've got. Again, it sounds like you go home and think about, hey, tomorrow, how can I suck another minute out of my day?
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You know, whatever. Just calculating ways to get more time, and that's great. Talk to me about. You said you dialed in. How much do you appreciate the fitting portion of it? There's a lot of schools out there that you're going to go, Matt, and they're going to be store-bought coupons. Everything you weld on is polished, pretty, and ready. Cut 37.5 degrees ready for you. Cut 30 degrees ready for you. Now you had to cut, prep, grind all your own coupons. Do you feel like that held you back?
I thought it was going to hold me back. I thought I was like, man, I got to prep all this pipe and do all this stuff. But it turned out to be kind of a blessing in disguise, because now, as I was paying attention to everything I was doing, I was picking up a trick here, a thing there that can help it go faster, better, and get a good fit up. And I can do it on my own. I don't have to worry about getting out of the field and, I don't know how to prep pipe. I need somebody's help. Hey,
Right.
on a job site, hey boss man, I don't know what I'm doing. I can do it myself, and I can do it perfect every time.
Yeah, there's some jobs you're gonna get a helper, some jobs you're gonna get a fitter, and some jobs absolutely not. It's all you. We've got a couple guys in some double time work that essentially it's all them. They're a one-stop shop, and they always appreciated the fact that they come out of here knowing how to fit, prep, bevel, and get their own stuff ready. That way you're calling for your own gap. You know, I mean, you're dialing into exactly what you need, what you want. And like you said, the pain is probably only 2 or 3 weeks worth, and once you get good at it, it becomes a pretty efficient process in getting through. Much like welding, once you get on it, those techniques and tactics pay dividends.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The classroom, you talked about not very much fluff in that classroom. Talk to me, so specifically, what portion did you like about it?
So safety is huge in any job and everywhere you're going. It's always safety.
Military, that way safety briefs every morning, right?
Absolutely. But it wasn't overbearing.
Yeah.
Because I've been to a couple times in the military, it's, we're going to do the safety thing. And then 3 hours later, you're wondering, what did we start talking about?
Right.
Why are we here?
Right.
Oh, being safe on the flight deck with this, but now we're into
Yeah.
walking down ladder wells and this, that, and the other. That's not going to happen in this evolution. It's always what's going to happen today, what's going to happen in your career, what are you going to need. You hit the topics that are the most important, they're fresh in your mind, and it keeps you safe, but it's not overbearing where you start forgetting things.
Yeah.
And that was awesome, and that's kind of with every topic. It's what you need. It's not just beat in your head repetitive of things that is fluff, that is not necessarily crucial to get the job done. It's everything that you need to get the job done.
Yeah, and we give you guys those OSHA 30 cards, MSHA 24, you get all your NCCR safety training. And what I like about our program is that at about month 3, roughly halfway through, we send you to Basic Plus, which is out of our hands. We're sending you to a third party. You got to sit and listen to their lectures and then take a test. And to my knowledge, in all the time we've been doing this, we've had a 100% pass rate there. And I feel like it's because we do such a good job of getting you guys prepped up with all that OSHA 30, that 1926 work that you guys do. So your Basic Plus class, did you worry about it? Were you fretting?
I wasn't. It felt like a little slower paced than our classroom. So I was in there like, okay, this is nice, this is good. It's going at a good pace. Is this going to speed up? It's going to be a little harder. I got it. Okay, cool. Walked in there confident, took the test. I knew I passed it. Yeah. Turned it in, got my card, and that was all there was to it.
Most of the review. In our OSHA, military-wise, I know I spent a lot of time death by PowerPoint. Butts numb, and listening to some guy read slides to me. I didn't appreciate those kind of things, but I always enjoyed the hands-on part. With our OSHA classes, we like to take you guys out. Did you use any fire extinguishers? Were you on forklifts? What kind of things did you do hands-on?
Drove forklifts, put out a fire, Class Charlie fire, or Class Bravo fire, a fuel fire.
Yeah.
We got on ladder safety, harnesses, being up overhead, stuff like that. Yeah.
So a lot of things that
practicals.
That some schools, maybe that community college you're talking about, would teach in the seated position there.
Watch a video.
Watch a video.
Don't forget.
Right.
On to the next.
But then we take you outside and let you guys, again, we feel like that's more industry, more real world, and train as you fight was something I wanted to bring to the table with KWI. So we weld as you work type mindset there. But all right, so what's the best thing so far about KWI? What do you think would if you were selling this to a cousin or a buddy down the road, what kind of things do you think set us apart? What's been the best part of your experience here?
The biggest thing is being able to weld second shift.
Yeah.
If you want to put in the work, you can.
The extra time.
They're not holding you back at KWI or other schools, and it's self-paced. If you can fly through, if you got welding experience before, and you already can knock out these things, bang, 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 you can knock them out. Whereas other schools is you got to sit through 8 weeks of this process, 2 weeks of that, 6 weeks of this, and if you're aced it, sort of like ready to go X-ray on the first one, well, keep doing it.
Yeah, then you're bored in your process. Or if the pace is too fast at those other schools,
can't keep up, move on, you don't even get it.
Right, they give you a grade and push you forward. Right, exactly. What else, Matt? Instructor-wise, how did you feel you were dealt?
Well, the instructors are awesome, especially being diverse and being off the road, because you don't get anybody who's, well, in 1970, this is how it was.
Right.
And I've been teaching since then, so I'm not too familiar. Like Blake Hawkins, the first my instructor when I first got here.
Right.
He's been out and back in twice.
Yeah.
I've been there. Off the road, this is what I've done on this job. Hey, you're gonna need this and do this and do that. He knows exactly what's going on in industry because he's still in industry.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
What I thought was cool about Blake popping out, and a lot of our instructors do, out and in. Blake, we consider him one of our long-term guys, but he asked for an outage, and we nodded our head, yes, absolutely, get back on your tools for a little bit. He took, I think, about a half a dozen former students with him. Yeah. So very cool to be welding chrome next to one of your students, and I'm sure that helped them assimilate into that industry, that job too, as far as being buddy welding with your former instructor. That's got to help out a bunch. Yeah, so our instructors stay on their tools. Anything, I'm losing. You can cut this,
We're
right?
at 17. Just wrap it up.
I don't know. What do you
Truck?
Yeah. See, I think there's a lot here. See?
Okay, keep going. All right.
So Matt, you're unique in that you came to KWI already rigged out. Like you've got, is it an SA200?
Yep, got a 1964 red face SA200.
And you got your F350?
Got a 350 6-liter power stroke. Had it actually built from the ground up from a guy down in Georgia.
Right.
And I knew exactly what I wanted. All the parts, bulletproof, everything. This truck's gonna last. My welder's gonna last. I kind of want treat your tools right, and your tools treat you right. That's kind of mindset. I want something, buy once, cry once, and get what I want, what I need without work for a long haul.
Have you got all your tools put together? You got all your jack stands?
I have everything except bevelers.
Except
bevelers. I'm waiting for the first paycheck, and I'll get my bevelers, be fully rigged out, ready to go. I can still take a job without them on a pipeline. I can go to plant, do anything I need. It's kind of a weird situation, like you're saying. About 3 years before I got out of the Navy, I knew I was wanting to get into welding.
Yeah.
And then I kind of dialed in. I kind of want to do pipeline welding or rig welding at least, or be diverse so I can go work refineries, work compressor stations, work pipeline, work in a plant, work in a nuclear facility. I can do it all. So I started buying tools here and there with my paycheck instead of going out drinking like a lot of guys do and going to clubs and all that. I was saving money. I was working, saving money, buying tools. That's what I was doing for the past 3 years pretty much. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So when you break out then out of KWI, what do you plan on doing first?
I'm actually going to be looking for potentially being a helper on a pipeline if I can. Get in there, get some more phone numbers, some contacts, learn the ropes a little bit, and then jump in if I could, or refineries if there's not helper positions available. I'm going to want to try to get on a refinery, use my rig out there, or compressor stations, mobile weld, or even possibly if I could have my own mobile welding business on my own.
I got you. So no single hand in your future?
Not in the foreseeable future. No.
I got you. Now at KWI, and you probably know this, we recommend single-handing a bunch. As far as the majority of guys coming to us aren't rigged out like you are, and it's great if you are. You've been welding on your own machine a lot. out here just to get yourself used to your machine, dialing in, and it's
put
got to
some
be
parts on it so it works a little better.
huge advantage to you to be able to, at your school, use your machine. But the majority, what would you recommend for the average student coming in?
Average student coming in, KWI really takes care of what you need to get going, but all you really need to get out in industry, from what I've seen and all the people I've talked to, all the students that come through, and people come talk to us, and the event we had here, the welding competition, people from all over the country and industry came. It seems like all you really need is a toolbox, your basic tools from KWI, maybe throw in a couple more, some hole pins, some pipe wraps, some stuff that KWI provides for you to use while you're here. Maybe get some of that stuff for yourself, and that's all you need, a truck and a toolbox, and you're ready to go.
Yeah, and that's what, looking at the camera here, we recommend single-handed first until you save up that money that Matt has got to be able to put your rig together if you're looking to rig weld or break out as a downhill hand. Matt's advantage is he's a little older, he's had some military experience, saved up his money, did the right thing, and made some investments in that. But typically we're going to push single-hand first while you're building up that nest egg to purchase those rig tools. But no, that's great, and I'm excited for you.
A lot of guys don't ever want to go to the rig.
No,
There's a lot of good opportunities to be had single-hand welding.
Yeah, absolutely. It's hard to beat some 712 money. When you're locked in that boiler for 2 or 3 months straight, 712s, pulling 36 and 120. That per diem adds up quick, and it's good money for sure.
And it's even better. You get all that pay, and then you ain't got time to use it.
You're just too tired to spend anything.
Absolutely.
So it's just racking up in the bank. That's for sure. All right. What other certs are you looking to get before you get out of here?
So right now, I'm working on my 12-inch bell hole and downhill. I'm going to try to get my branch as well. And I'm thinking I'll go back into the shop and maybe my last week go for copper nickel, so I could potentially work back in a shipyard with the Navy side of things. And maybe some Schedule 5 food grade stainless, stuff like that.
You mentioned that torch work earlier. I think that the branch is more of a torch test than it is a weld test, to be honest.
I've cut out a coupon right now, and I'm practicing on it, and I got a bad cut, and it's taken a while to get it dialed right in where I want it.
Right. So I feel bad for those students going to schools that all their metal's prepped and ready for them. If you're not handy with that torch, it'd be tough to be a downhill hand and not have that torch just down pat.
Absolutely. Almost impossible.
Yeah, I would think.
Because there's a time limit on there, so if you have a bad cut, you have to spend 90% of your time of the test grinding. It's going to hurt when it comes down to, oh, I have 5 minutes left to cap this. Oh no.
Yeah. So we'll pause there for a second, let the fade in. What else? All right, so wrapping up today, Matt, if you could summarize what you've got for us today, looking into the camera, telling those future students of KWI, what would you recommend to them?
You're going to want to take advantage of all the opportunities you got here at KWI. You're going to get what you put in. So put in your all, and you're going to get everything you ever wanted out of it.
All right, so you heard it from Matt King. You're going to get out of it what you put into it. So you need to put in your all, folks. This is KWI on the Couch with Matt King.